Hey guys, we need to write the notes for Unit 2. We're ready to move on to Unit 2. And you will need to copy these down and submit a copy of them, a picture of them for your grade. Because I see people are not taking their notes. So here we go, Unit 2. And this one is A.12A. You will know this stuff from last year, so it's pretty much a recap. A.12A, and we're going to decide whether relations are functions. It's a lot longer than that, but that's pretty much what we're going to do. So what is a relation? It is any set of ordered pairs where X is associated with Y, with a specific Y. Last year you should have learned that a function is when X never repeats. Okay? The Y can repeat, but the X cannot. Now that we're in algebra, sometimes you will see the X referred to as the domain and the Y referred to as the range. We'll get into all that later. But right now I just want to show you examples of functions and non-functions. So if you have an ordered pair, okay, and let's say you have, well, let's see, this will be a function, and this is not a function. Okay, and let's put our example down. So if you have 1 and 2, x is 2 and 2, and x is 3 and y is 2, that would be a function because your x's are all different. Doesn't matter if the y's are the same. An example of not a function would be an ordered pair of 1 and 4, 2 and 5, and 1 and 6. This is not a function because the x's repeat. Okay, now let's look at a table. That was an ordered pair example. Now let's look at a table. We'll just keep it going down like this. This side is functions, this side is not functions. So if you have x and y. And you have 1, let's just put this in a table, 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2. Or here's another example, x and y. You have 1 and 4, 2 and 7, 3 and 8. Something like that. This is a function because the x's do not repeat. Let's see if we put this in a table form. We would have 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 1 and 6. That is not a function. The other group that we know is mappings. Which is just kind of similar to a table. You have an input and you have an output. You have an x, you have a y. You have a domain, you have a range. But this side is your x, or your input, and here's your output, and this is what goes with it. And then they'll have these ovals drawn around them. And we can see that one goes to that one, and that one. Therefore, we only have one x. So this is a function. This side, we have our input and our output. And let's see, let's put the output first. -5, -2, 1, and 5. And the input is just going to be 3 and 4. And here's our ovals. And this 3 is going to be 3 and -5, and it also goes to 3 and -2. Therefore, the 3 repeats. Same for the 4. The 4 goes to 1, and it also goes to 5. So that doesn't work because it's going there twice. So if you rewrote this as a table, it would be 3 and -5, 3 and -2, 4 and 1, and 4 and 5. That wouldn't work. Last one is a graph. And the trick here is if you can draw a vertical line through the graph, through what's on the graph, and it touches more than once, it is not a function. Okay, and I have a little bit of space here, and we're going to keep this to one page. So here's our little tiny graph. And if you have a line here, it goes like that, and you draw vertical lines anywhere on the line, you can see it only hits it once, so it is a function. That one works. If they give you something like this, and you see something drawn in the shape of this, and you draw your lines, you can see it's hitting more than once. Therefore, this one is not a function. Okay, that'll do it for the 8.12a notes. Thank you for watching.